It's recital time at the morgue. Sunday morning morgue chat. As usual, we'll have a recital from me about things you should know. Then we're going to go on to other things with a special guest. Goes like this. You got the right to bare your souls, but forget about bearing arms. You may become quite upset. You may intend to do some harm. You got the right to life and liberty, but only if you choose to adhere. Your government's here to protect your ass, but they're the very ones that you should fear. Just as sure as night and day, they'll try to take your rights away. Tell you that you gotta trust, 'cause it's a law, so then you must. Give them all they want to take, and wait for the next rule they'll make. And they'll keep going till you're weak, and have total control that they seek. And then you'll have to run and hide, or be a good sheep and abide, and beg them without strength or pride. You'll wish that you'd already died. But don't fret, 'cause there's still a way to make the scheming bastards pay. Before the revolution comes, be a man and get your gun. On with John. Good day, and as promised at Morgue Chat, we have our first guest. This is my neighbor John. He's also our local NRA unofficial spokesman, and he's here to tell you some things that you should know. That's why he's here.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the Second Amendment today. It's one of the 10 amendments to the Bill of Rights that was introduced to the Constitution of the United States back in December 15th, 1791.
And it's the only thing, only one little written piece of crap that stands between you and your government.
That's right. Second Amendment states a well-regulated militia being necessary for the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms should not be infringed. The right of the people shouldn't be infringed because it was already written. I mean, you can't write something 300 plus years ago and then just start changing it. It's very hypocritical, and it's a bunch of bullshit.
And this is America we live in. An infringement is the dementation of the welfare of the citizens for which this government is supposed to be here to help. This is the stuff of kings. You want a king? Why don't we just elect Cheney president? He's running, is he?
I'm not sure.
Cheney ain't running, but if he was, he'd be a king.
Yeah, probably. The word militia, they keep trying to change things like they always do because they're so hypocritical, it's sickening. Militia, there was no military, there was no Coast Guard, there was no police. Militia was the people, us. And we do have the right to keep and bear arms, and the protection is very important.
Exactly. And that's why you, as a sane, law-abiding citizen of the United States of America, and we're not talking about Crazy Larry down the street with the shopping cart talks to the birds guy. We're talking about people with their heads on straight that know that they can be taken over and bent to the will of their government at any given time if they give up these rights. Get a license. Get a gun.
Yep. We're not asking you to go out and buy a bunch of guns and become radical. We're just trying to say that this stuff's been written for years and there's no reason to change it. They've already started changing the Pledge of Allegiance, everything. It's a bunch of shit. Got to keep it the way it was written, and that's what we're going to try to do. That's why we're talking about it today.
Exactly. Because we're going to tell you things you need to know to be an American, a real American, not a greedy, self-centered politician. And to do this, you don't even have to dial a 1 to hear it in English, because this is America.
Next year we got an election, 2008. It's very important that you do your research and make sure you pull the right trigger, because it's going to be a big deciding factor on the whole situation.
Ted for president, Charlton Heston for vice president. Well, we could start with governor. Ted for governor.
Yeah, we need
Let's get rid of this bitch.
Yeah, she should just go back to Canada where you came from.
That's
You
it.
haven't done anything to help us, so what the hell are you doing here?
And with that, we're going to say goodbye to John. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me on.
Don't forget, you have the right.